Hello, and welcome to week one. Again, my name is Sarah Evans, and I'm going to be your instructor for the term. Right now, what I'm going to do is just go over a few things from week one that I want you to know, and then we're going to go over a brief overview of what you're going to read about in week one, and then we're going to go over the assignments. Okay, so with week one, um, and for the next 6 weeks, what I'd like for you to do is to please, please, please pay attention to announcements because under announcements, you're going to find some very important information. Okay. Anything that comes up throughout the term that the information needs to be said and sent out to the students. Okay. Then my contact information is there, um, any tutoring information, when the tutoring schedule is going to be, when the Zoom meetings are, the recorded tutoring sessions so that you can watch those again, um, the late policy, different things like that you're going to find under the announcement tab. The announcement is another form of communication that I do, so I will email it out and I will use it under and put it under announcements. But please make sure that you're always, always, always checking announcements. Okay. Now, for this first week, we're going to go over, or you're going to read about, okay, several different chapters. And so one of them is organization in the human body. So in the human body, you have different levels, okay, of organization. And these are the following levels that you're going to read about and learn about during this first week: chemical level, cellular level, tissue level, organ system level, and organism level. Okay. Then you're also going to learn about different and basic structures of the human body. All right. So you're going to learn about your skeletal system, your bones, muscular system. All right. Most of you probably know your muscular system. If you've ever lifted weights or anything like that, we always want to have more muscle than fat. So your muscular system. Then your circulatory system, your blood flows. Respiratory system, the way you breathe. Nervous system, okay, the nerves that you have. Digestive system, the way your body digests foods, drinks, medications, all that kind of stuff. The endocrine system, hormones, integumentary system, reproductive system, lymphatic system, and how it maintains just your natural homeostasis. Get it back into homeostasis. How do you keep it in homeostasis? Okay. So those are all just the few things that we're going to be learning about. Then after that, you're going to be learning about cell and cell parts. Okay. And one of your assignments that you're going to have for week one involves cell and cell parts. All right. So just a few things that you're going to be learning under the cell and cell parts will be the cell metabolism, energy production, cellular respiration, cell signaling, waste elimination, and then the maintenance of the cellular level homeostasis. So after you've learned about that, okay, now here comes your assignments. And each week you're going to have the same assignments. Okay, so for instance, you're going to have a discussion question for each week. You're going to have a lab assignment for each week. Then you're going to have what's called a weekly assignment each week. And you're going to have a quiz each week. All right. So for your discussion questions, there are two, let me repeat it again, two due dates. Okay. Your first due date will be Wednesday of each week. and that's your initial post. So what that means is I have already asked you some questions. Your initial post is going to answer my question or what's being asked of you for that week. Okay. The discussion question will involve any of the chapters that we have been reading and going over for each week. So your first discussion response is called your initial response or your initial post, and that is answering the questions that I have asked of you. And that is due by Wednesday. Then your second and your third response or post will be answering to two of your classmates. Okay? So your second and your third responses will be due by Sunday. Okay? Now, here's one thing I want you to keep in mind when you're doing your discussion questions. Okay? Complete and full sentences. Watch your run-ons, watch your sentence fragments, make sure you're proofreading, make sure your spelling, your grammar is correct. Make sure you use capital letters, no texting abbreviations. This is a college setting, so make sure that you're doing it in a college format. If you take information directly from a textbook or from online or from a book or from anybody that's not yourself, you need to cite your source and you need to make sure that you're putting it in parentheses and you're giving credit to where credit is due. Okay? Because we don't want you to be in trouble for plagiarism when you're just trying to complete your assignment. All right? So please, please, please keep that in mind. The discussion questions, if you go by the reading and you answer correctly and you answer completely, then your discussion questions should be relatively an easy part of the grade. Okay? If they're not, please, please, please make sure you see me. Okay? Because we can go over some more expectations of discussion questions throughout the month or your term. Okay? Your 6 weeks. But really, your discussion questions hopefully is more of a grade boost than a grade bummer. Okay? So if you have any questions about those, please ask. And just remember, you have 3 total posts for each week, 1 due date on Wednesday, 1 due date on Sunday. All right? Make sure it's in a college format. Your second and third responses can't be great. I love it. That's it. Okay. You have to put some food for thought and some details in it. Should be 3 to 5 sentences, well formed. Okay. Yeah, I think that was a great idea. You explained that so well. And why I think you explained it so well is because of this, or this is what I learned from it. Or have you ever thought about it this way? Okay. So you need to put more than, yep, great job, good job, okay job, fantastic job. All right. Put some meat into your responses. Then, all right, you're going to have your weekly lab assignment. And so for week 1, you're going to design a cell. All right. And that's part of what we've gone over. All right. What you've read during the week. So we are going to design a cell. You're going to use your week 1 reading. You are going to draw a cell divided into 2 compartments, your nucleus and your cytoplasm. You're going to draw a cell and you're going to label all the parts of the cell. Okay. Then, what you can do is you need to follow all the directions. So some weeks it says you have to color. Some weeks say you have to label. Some weeks say you have to color and label. So make sure you're reading all the directions. Make sure your spelling is correct. Okay, because if spelling is not correct, you can be marked off. All right. Make sure your cell is completed in full. All right. And make sure that you save it like you're supposed to in the directions. All right. Then you have an assignment, a weekly assignment, and it's going to be information that this week is over microbiology basics, tissues, and membranes. It's completed from your reading. Download and complete for chapters 5 and 6. Then make sure to use correct spelling. And you need to make sure that you use correct grammar and that you save it in the way that it's supposed to be saved. The completion time of the cell, is 3 to 4 hours. The completion time for your first assignment, weekly assignment, is also 3 to 4 hours. Then you have your quiz. It is worth 100 points. You have 10 questions. Okay. You have a maximum of 20 minutes. You get 2 attempts. You'll keep your highest score, and your questions do lock after you have answered them. It is over chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Spelling has to be correct. There are some fill in the blank, and spelling does have to be correct in order to get the assignment correct. All right. If you have any questions about those quizzes and the answers, and if you ever think that one should be right and it was marked wrong, please let me know and be as specific as possible, and I will go back and I will look at those. Okay? All right. I do grading on Monday nights. The quiz is automatically graded, okay, and it will kick it back to you immediately. The discussion questions, the lab, and the weekly assignments, those are all going to be graded on Monday evenings. And before I run, please make sure you pay attention to the late policy. That is very important, okay? Because you could have the world's best assignment, and I would love to give you all the points that you deserve, okay? And I'll give you 100%. But if it's late, submitted late, points have to be taken off. So please, please, please make sure you get all the points you can. Don't turn in your assignment late. But if it is late, make sure you pay attention to the late policy. All right? All right. I know this is a lot of information. It's the start of the new term. Look under the announcements for a lot of this information. Okay. And look within your modules for each week that we are in. And if you can't find that information under the modules or under the announcements tab, you can feel free to reach out to me at any given point. Have a great first week. Talk to you soon.